We are live here on our final broadcast for Wednesday night, at least as of now, unless things change and go back to the way that they were. This will be our final broadcast. So, not for Sunday, but for Wednesday night. We're going to next Wednesday, the Lord willing, meet at the building and start our services in person for Wednesday night. We will continue to have a 2 o'clock service here. So I'm going to type this in. We will continue to have a Sunday afternoon. I'm saying that's the type 2 o'clock service. We will start next Wednesday having classes again at Dovertown. So I'm going to put that in. I know that's kind of, to me, it's the mixture of sad and happy that you call those mixed feelings because I've enjoyed doing this. I've enjoyed talking with you. I've enjoyed having something out here that the whole world could see. I also have had people who have told me that they listen to this on Thursday, and I just see that group of people not have this for the Thursday morning devotionals, and I appreciate everybody who's given me all of the confidence, the support, all of the compliments, the encouragement that you give. I appreciate that so much because that has really kept me going, keep me doing this. Even though I can't see, this has really been a great journey for us. We're thankful to have the technology that we have so that we can have Wednesday night services here online. We can all be here. So I see Elizabeth is with us. Hi, Elizabeth. She says hi. And my computer just said ding. I don't know what that means. But anyway, yeah, just a minute. Am I doing what?
Keep talking.
Okay, keep talking. Emily said keep talking. So
Listen. You're the like, is there anything doing that you're in front of the microphone or?
No, I'm not in front of the microphone. I am, but
you're live.
I'm live, but I'm not.
Because last time, before people were going in and out last Wednesday, that's why
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that, but I know it is crackling. I'm sorry, everybody, that this is crackling. And I don't like it when it does that either. I know that this just went ding, but I'm so sorry. All right. Let me tell you what we are going to do. We are going to do a Hebrews trivia. Since we're finished with the book of Hebrews, I want to go over and do some review. And if you're not to where you can answer these here on the streaming, then hopefully you can answer them at your house or something. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send some questions. So let's just see if I can get us started with a question. And my first question is this, and I will send this to you. What is the first word in the book of Hebrews in the New King James Version? So I want to send it. There we go. What is the first word in the book of Hebrews in the New King James Version? So if anybody's there, they can come to this. See if somebody can give a this. The first word. What's the first word? The book of Hebrews, New King James Version. And by the way, some of this, Anna Laura, my daughter's supposed to be listening to this. She said that she wanted some more questions. So I thought, let's just do a question. Okay. And we do have an answer, and it is correct. So the first word in the book of Hebrews in the New King James Version is God. So chapter 1, verse 1 says, God, who at various times and in various ways spoke in time past to the fathers by the prophets, has in these last days spoken to us by his Son. And goes on and describes that. So, yes, very good, Elizabeth. So, and if it's just Elizabeth there, then we'll just have us a one-on-one Bible study, won't we? And I hope more, actually, I see more people listening in the number of people it's showing who are listening. So let's go to the next question. And let's see if we can answer some of these. And these kind of skip around, okay? They kind of skip around. So, according to Hebrews 1, which is higher, or I should say maybe who or which is higher ranking, Jesus or the angels? So, according to Hebrews 1, and I'm going to say the New King James Version Bible, which is higher ranking, Jesus or the angels? And Anna is here and Cookie are here. Hey, Anna, Laura. Hey, Cookie. So according to Hebrews 1 of the New King James Bible, which is higher ranking, Jesus or the angels? Okay. So, and let's look for a verse that says it. Well, actually, there's several verses, right? I'm not going to ask for that because that's several verses. I just want an answer, and I got one. Yes, very good. Jesus. And Elizabeth is saying still bad reception. I am so sorry. The weather is not good, and it's got cold tonight. But anyway, I hate that. That's why I'm typing these out too. Cookie says me too. So I don't know. I don't know why we have a bad reception tonight. But I will type out the questions, and then everybody who will like to answer will at least see it if you're on the stream where you can see it. But the answer to the question is Jesus, which is higher ranking, Jesus or the angels? And the answer is Jesus. Okay, so let's just write this. Let's just go to this one because this one's going to come up pretty soon. So who, and I'm talking about humanly speaking, who, humanly speaking, was the author of Hebrews? We know God is the author, but humanly speaking, who was the author of Hebrews? So let's see if we can get some answers generated on that. Who, humanly speaking, was the author of Hebrews? Let me tell you something. We are going to skip around. We're going to skip around on these questions. Okay. All right. Humanly speaking. The little emoticon or whatever they're called, avatar or image that Anna Laura put up there definitely says it. it's a picture of somebody shrugging their shoulders, saying, "I don't know," and that is really true. So the answer is unknown. Now, could we give some possibilities? And Cookie's already given one. Who could we say possibilities? Could we say some possibilities? Cookie has Paul. Paul is a possible candidate for it. Any other candidates that we could think of? That is one that's brought up. I personally do not believe it was Priscilla. Cookie and Elizabeth say the phone is spinning, can't hear anything, and Cookie is saying phone and TV spinning. I do not know why. I apologize for that. So maybe we could get more. Oh, and Laura, you were thinking of Aquila and Priscilla, not Ananias and Sapphira. Okay. So Emma's telling me X everything else and see if that would help. Let me X out of other things. These are all I'm about. Right. Aquila and Priscilla. Just a minute. Now. All right. So let's get another question. Spinning again. So what we're going to have to do, guys, know that it's spinning, and I have to say it again. I can't help that. I don't know what to do. The best thing I can tell you to do is to maybe either catch it later, or if it will read the words, because I can promise you this. It's going to spin. It's going to get better, but I'm not sitting here spinning the computer. That's all I can say. Okay, so it's just going to spin some and not spin some, but there's nothing I can do about that. So when it gets better, there's nothing I can do about that. So if you'll just bear, maybe you could come back and watch it later, or since we're all members at Dover Town, if there's any questions, I can tell you in person what it is. But it's all I can say is I'm sitting here tossing up the computer there. Let's go to another question. All right. The law was a blank of the things to come, or the law had was one having a blank. I'm going to put this down. Here's my next question. The law had a blank. It was a blank of the things to come. So I'm going to quote this: for the law having a blank of the good things to come. When you were up shutting a door or something, I can't hide anything from you, Anna Lar, because you know what I was turning the fan on to get some air circulating in here. Maybe the fan being on is making it not spin, because it was off when it was spinning. All right. For the law having a blank of the good things to come. Okay, let's look at Hebrews chapter 10. That's where you're going to find this answer. In Hebrews chapter 10, it says the law was a what of the good things to come. Are you moving the computer? No. Elizabeth Kellum, very good. Shadow. Shadow. So it was a shadow of the things to come. Okay. Now, let's go to the next question. All right. So the law is a shadow of the things to come. And this question is going to come from Hebrews chapter 7. Okay. Who was both king and priest? Who was both a king and a priest that Christ is a type, or actually he was a type of Christ. Let me say it that would please keep that. That was a what we call a type of Christ. And very good. Oh, I love this. Elizabeth and Anna Laura already have it answered, and it is Melchizedek. This is from Hebrews chapter 7. Hebrews chapter 7. Okay. So, according to the 5th chapter of the book of Hebrews, how did Christ become privileged to become our high priest? So let me say that again. According to the 5th chapter of the book of Hebrews, how did Christ become privileged to become our high priest? Look at verses 4 of this chapter, if it would help. All right. Verse 4. Let's see if that helps you. All right. How was he the author? What did God do? Elizabeth, you got it started correctly. God did what? According to verse 4. According to the 5th chapter of the book of Hebrews, how did Christ become privileged to become our high priest? God did what? Yes, God called him to do it. Just like that of Aaron, God called him to do it. So no man takes this honor to himself, but he who is called by God, just as Aaron was. All right. So let's get another one. All right. Only 2 people in the Bible are said to have never died. And one of these 2 is mentioned in chapter 11. All right. So, which one is it? Only 2 people said to have never died. The faith of which one of the 2 is mentioned in Hebrews chapter 11? Yes, Elizabeth. Enoch was the one mentioned in chapter 11. So that brings us to this question. Who was the other one? I just gave you the answer. Never mind. I was going to say who was the other one, but he said Enoch and Elijah, which is correct for the answer I just asked, but it was part of the answer I was going to ask. All right, so let's get this straight. We got different ones. Enoch is the one mentioned in Hebrews chapter 11. Elijah is the one not mentioned. Elijah is the one not mentioned. So Enoch mentioned in Hebrews 11. Elijah not not mentioned. All right. Not mentioned. And I see I misspelled mention. All right. Elijah is not mentioned. So, Enoch is mentioned in Hebrews chapter 11. Elijah's not mentioned. All right. So, that is definitely some interesting studying about these men who didn't die. So let's look at this. All right. To what does Hebrews 4:12 compare the Word of God? To what does Hebrews chapter 4 verse 12 compare the Word of God? He compared to something in Hebrews chapter 4 verse 12. If we can get some answers in on that. Yes, good job. Good job. Everybody put in. Yes, it is compared to a two-edged sword. So cuts go one way, cuts on the other way. Very good. Two-edged sword. Okay. So next question. According to Hebrews chapter 2, verse 9, what is Jesus? What is Jesus now crowned with because he suffered death? According to Hebrews 2 verse 9, what is Jesus now crowned with because he suffered death? Two things. I'll give you that. He's crowned with two things. So it's a double answer here. Blank and blank. According to Hebrews 2 verse 9, what is Jesus now crowned with because he suffered death? And yes, we got it. Cookie's got it in. Good job. Glory and honor. He is crowned with glory and honor. That says that we see Jesus, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that he, by the grace of God, might taste death for everyone. Okay. So there we that. Very good. Okay. All right. Let's go now to, let's just do a fill in blank. I'm going to give you a scripture and I want you to fill in this blank. Okay. All right. For where there is a testament, there must also of necessity be the blank of the testator. For where there is a testament, there must also of necessity be the blank of the testator. Death. Very good. Let's look at Hebrews 9:16. For where there is a testament, there must also of necessity be the death of the testator. Okay. Very, very good. All right. Who was it who gave instructions? Let me type this very easy. Who gave instructions about carrying his bones out of Egypt? Who gave instructions about carrying his bones out of Egypt? Who gave instructions? And he did this by faith. By faith, he did this. So, who gave instructions? Okay. All right. Not Moses. Moses, if you remember, died on Mount Nebo and God buried him. Here we go. And oh, Wendy's here. Hey, Wendy. Good to have you. How are you doing? Answer is Joseph. Yes. Joseph died in Egypt, but left instructions to carry his bones. Anna, Laura, and Wendy, y'all got that. Okay. And Moses carried his own self out of Egypt, didn't he? Crossed the Red Sea. But he died on Mount Nebo, and we don't know where he's buried. Really, God buried him there. I remember getting in an argument with the teacher at school over that. She said the people buried him. The Bible plainly said God buried him. I don't know why she thought the people buried him, but anyway, Cookie, give me a laughing face. Yeah. All right. So let's look and let's see if we can get another one. And here I'm giving it to you. All right. In Hebrews chapter 6, let's go to Hebrews 6. Hebrews 6 and verse 9. The author speaks of better things that accompany what? In Hebrews 6:9, the author speaks of better things that accompany what? So I'll go over to Hebrews chapter 6. Let's go back to Hebrews 11. All right. In Hebrews 11, we are told of an Old Testament patriarch who, as he was dying, operated in faith, and he blessed both the sons of Joseph and worshiped, leaning upon the top of his staff. Who did that? Who was this patriarch? Well, it's not coming to you. Did I write too much? Let's see. Let's see if I can get this. Yeah, I wrote too much in it. All right. We're told Testament patriarch Israel Dyer operated in faith and leaning on the top of his staff. Who was this? Here's a clue. He blessed the sons of Joseph. It would not let me send the whole question. He blessed the sons of Joseph. He blessed the sons of Joseph. In Hebrews chapter 11, we're told in the Old Testament patriarch, as he was dying, he blessed the sons of Joseph, and he operated in faith and leaning upon the top of this staff. Yes, who was the patriarch? Jacob. Yes, good job, Emily. Good job, Laura. Jacob blessed the sons of Joseph. That was Joseph brought him to blessed the sons of Joseph. That was Joseph brought him to brought them to Jacob. to be blessed. And I see I'm going to have to shorten questions. So that that no, we had a limit on that. Okay, so let's look again and get us another question. Okay. What when we read in Hebrews chapter 5, we read something about solid food. In Hebrews chapter 5, solid food belongs to whom? Solid food belongs to whom? Chapter 5. Who does it say solid food belongs to? Solid food. Okay. And yes, and Alara, you got it. Those who are of full age. Yes, good, everybody. Everybody got that. Okay. Now we're going to go back to Hebrews 11. By faith, what does the book of Hebrews say that Abel did even though he was dead? By faith, what does the book of Hebrews say that Abel did even though he was dead? By faith, what does it? Yes, good point, Wendy. That is referring to those mature in faith, the full age, like solid food. Yes. All right. By faith, what does Hebrews say that Abel did even though he was dead? Good, Emily. Some answers. Let's see if we can get some more in there. All right. And this is in Hebrews 11, I guess, if you've not figured it out. Let's see. All right, he still speaks. Yes, the answer is in Hebrews chapter 11. Back to that. Chapter 11 again. Why did Moses refuse to be called in chapter 11 again? Why did Moses refuse to be called the son of before God and the bed undefiled? What two groups of people did Hebrews say God would judge? Yes, when he said Moses chose to suffer with God's people than to enjoy passion pleasures in. I'll show that. All right. Okay. Emily said fornicators and whoremongers. Well, the New King James said undefiled. What two groups of people did Hebrews say God would judge? Fornicators was one. What was the other? And adulterers. Good job. All right. So thank you, and thank you, Cookie. So we got fornicators and adulterers. And the King James, so we got fornicators and adulterers. And the King James Version Emily said, does show whoremongers and whoremongers and adulterers. Okay, all right. So that word I don't think came over in New King James word whoremonger. So anyway, all right. Next question: what is appointed once to happen to all mankind, according to Hebrews 9:27? What is appointed once to happen to all mankind, according to chapter 9, verse 9:27? So chapter 9, verse, should just put 9:27. Hebrews 9:27. What is appointed to happen once to all? There's two things going to happen that's appointed, and really, the Lord comes. One of them is going to be a little different. Yes, all right. To die, death, and after death is what? Appointed man wants to die. Very good, Elizabeth. Good job. And after death, the what? Yes, then the judgment. Very good. All right. So it's appointed to man to die, wants to die, and after this is the judgment. Okay. So according, while we're in 9, let's just have another question on there. All right. According to 9, and I'm typing this in. All right. According to Hebrews 9:22, there's no forgiveness without what? According to Hebrews 9:22, there is no forgiveness without what? Hebrews 9:22. There is no forgiveness without what? No forgiveness is 2 words. So here it is. I will declare your name to my brethren. In the midst of the assembly, I will blank to you. I will declare your name to my brethren. In the midst of the assembly, I will blank to you. Let's see. Blank to you. Let's see. What sacrifices? Would y'all believe I remember that from memory verses singing week of camp? And would y'all believe I remember that from memory verses sing week of camp, I guess 25 years ago. Awesome. I remember doing that sing week at camp. That was really good, really good. Okay. It's in chapter 13. Two things. Not his beloved son, not in this case. These are sacrifices. In this verse is from us. Two things are considered to be sacrifices from us, with which God is well pleased. Looks like Emily started to type it and send it in, hit the return before she finished it. Two things, according to Hebrews 13, are considered to be sacrifices with which God is well pleased. Look at Hebrews chapter 13. It says, "For with such sacrifices God is well pleased." Okay, yes. To do good and to share, and it is verse 16. Yes. To do good and to share, and Emily said to communicate. I wonder, is that the old King James, Emily? Uh, Maybe I guess you're getting it from there, but it is in verse 16 that to do good and to share, for with such sacrifices God is well pleased. So something. All right. So let's look at this one. All right. It says, by faith, Rahab saved her family from destruction when she helped the Israelite spies. What city did Rahab live in? All right. By faith, the harlot Rahab saved her family from destruction when she helped the Israelite spies. What city did Rahab live in? Good. Here it comes. By the way, this is in Hebrews 11. And Emily's got it. Jericho. Yes. It is a city. It was the city of Jericho. Walls of Jericho fell down, except there where Rahab lived, right? Okay. Rahab lived in Jericho. Okay. All right. Oh, so we are to obey those who rule over us because they watch out for something. What do they watch out for? That obey those who rule over you because they watch out for your what? Obey those who rule over you and be submissive, for they watch out for your what? Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Gave us the verse there, 11 and 30 for Jericho. Obey those who rule over you. They watch out for, yes, good. Elizabeth and Emily, our souls. They watch out for our souls. Okay. All right. And we're going to uh we're going to almost have to be wrapping up. All right. What country did Paul say had people in it that greeted the recipients of this letter? What country did Paul say had people in it who is the last word of the book of Hebrews? What is the last word of the book of Hebrews? What is the last word of the book of Hebrews? Damascus. Cookie, I don't know where that came from, but I wouldn't expect it. The last word of the book of Hebrew. I just copied and pasted from them, and it wouldn't put on to here. And one of them I copied and pasted and didn't even think about Paul being a possibility only. Okay. Okay. So, this being our last one that we've done for what we're doing for a while, and I said at least for a little while, there may be times, and this is the good thing about having this YouTube channel. Let's say we have a night like tonight where it's stormy, and let's say we cannot meet at the building for some reason or another. We can always say we're going to do a live stream tonight for Bible class since we can't meet at the building. We've got this channel up. We can come right here. I can give an all call and say the class tonight will meet online live stream from YouTube, and we can do it just that way. So definitely, I'm not going to get rid of the channel. We're going to keep it here as long as YouTube lets us. And if there's ever a case of an emergency that we need to have a worship service or something, we can still meet. Like ice or snow, a snow day. Okay. Let's just say it snows sometime. We can't go to church. I'll just send out an all call. We're going to do a live stream on our YouTube channel. I'm going to keep this channel up for that because it's very handy for that. We just believe that it's, safe now to get out and come back to our regular Wednesday night Bible classes, and we're going to do that again. Something like this could go either way. So at any time, I may have to give a call, say, "Hey guys, we got to go back to our live streaming." Well, it's here; it's available. So, thank you, Cookie. And as Emily said just now, we got curriculum today for the Bible classes. We're going to talk about those next time. Well, if there's anybody here on YouTube who's been coming and listening to us do these live streams for Wednesday nights, thank you for listening to us. Thank you for coming and listening to us. We've got all the ones we've done recorded. Some are better than others. Some of them I listen to and I'm like, well, Rob, you need a little pep in your step there. I need to do this, need to do that. But the services for Wednesday night, oh, let me put that down. We're going to meet Wednesday night at 7, okay? We're going to meet Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And that's going to be when we're meeting right now because we're doing 7 o'clock here. We're going to do 7 o'clock there. And that'll be our Wednesday night times, okay? So Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, that will be our midweek Bible study that we do. And that will be fun to get back together and start doing that again, I think. And start our curriculum. Well, we got neat stuff already in. They already here that we can do. So until then, we're going to do our Sunday morning. We're going to add our Sunday school back. Okay. We still will be live streaming here at 2 o'clock. So here we go. We're doing that. And until next time, which will be Sunday at 2, I will hopefully see you at that. But until that time, may God bless you richly and have a good week. Enjoy it. Bye.